Hello students, how all of you are doing? I hope you have been doing great. In today's video, as you can see on your screen, we'll be discussing the first chapter from your book Honeycomb. The name of the chapter is Three Questions by Leo Tolstoy. Before we go to the summary of the text, let us know something about the author. Leo Tolstoy was a Russian writer who is regarded as one of the greatest authors of all time. He received multiple nominations for the Nobel Prize in Literature every year from 1902 to 1906 and nominations for Nobel Peace Prize in 1901, 1902 and 1910. And the fact that he never won is a major Nobel Prize controversy. He is best known for his two timeless novels, War and Peace and Anna Karenina. In the brackets, the years are mentioned in which those two novels were published. Now let's move to the summary. Your text is divided into two parts. So I have given the summary separately in two parts. In the part 1, once a king thought, if a person knows three things, he will never fail in life. The three things are actually the answers to the three questions, which are as follows. The first question, what is the right time to begin something? The second question, which people should he listen to? And the final question, what is the most important thing for him to do? The king therefore sent messengers throughout his kingdom, promising a large sum of money to anyone who would answer these three questions. Many wise men came to king's court, but they all answered variedly. As the answers to his questions were so different, the king was not satisfied and gave no reward. Instead, he decided to seek the advice of a certain hermit who was widely known for his wisdom. The hermit lived in a wood which he never left. He saw no one but simple people, and so the king put on ordinary clothes. Before he reached the hermit's hut, the king left his horse with his bodyguard and went on alone. As the king came near the hermit's hut, he saw the hermit digging the ground in front of his hut. He greeted the king and continued digging. The hermit was old and weak, and as he worked, he breathed heavily. The king went up to the wise hermit and asked the answers of those three questions. On hearing the questions, the hermit remained silent and kept on digging. After a few moments, the king offered help to the hermit in digging on account of his tiredness. After digging two beds, the king stood up and repeated the questions again. The hermit gave no answers again. The hermit now asked for spade to do the digging by himself, but the king refused. 1 hour passed, then another. The sun went down behind the trees, and at last the king stuck the spade into the ground and said, I came to you, wise man, for an answer to my questions. If you can give me no answer, tell me so, and I will return home. Then the hermit said, here comes someone running. In this way, the part 1 finishes. Now let's go to the part 2. The king turned and saw a bearded man badly wounded in the stomach, and it was bleeding heavily. The king and hermit dressed the wound. After blood ceased to flow, they took him inside the hut and lay him in a bed. The king also fell asleep on the floor. When he awoke next morning, he could not recall where he was and who the bearded man was. The bearded man noticed that the king, awake, asked for the forgiveness. He told him that he was his enemy and he wanted to kill him because the king had put his brother to death and seized his property. The king forgave him and promised to return the property, and also said he would send his servants and his own doctor to look after him. And he promised to give back the man his property. Before leaving, the king wished once more to get answer to his questions to the hermit. The hermit was showing seeds in the beds. The king repeated his questions. Then the hermit replied that the most important time is now. The most important person is he with whom you are at a particular time. And the most important business is to do that person good. The king, after receiving all the answers of his questions, left the hermit's hut fully satisfied. So this is how the text ends. Now here I have given some questions for your home assignment. Note down the questions and try to solve it. Later I will provide you the answer keys, but for now you apply yourselves. The first question: what are the three things referred to here? What answers were suggested by the wise men to three questions? Why did the king put on ordinary clothes to meet the hermit? How did the king come to know the answer of his questions? And the last questions: what moral do you find in the story? Write in your own language. So that's it in today's video. We'll discuss a new chapter in the next video. Till then, stay home, stay safe, and keep studying. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.